So we're going to do some pulled pork here. The first thing I've got is the pork shoulder, only £2.20 a kilo. So this joint here weighs 2 kilos, which is about 4.4 pound, costs £5.85, so it's pretty cheap. It costs us, it takes £2.46 in the oven, but obviously we're going to slow cook it. Now I've taken the rind off, so the first thing to do is take this off. So if you cook this, it goes all soggy in it, which most people don't like. They like it a bit crispy, so I'm just going to bake that later. So I've got a little bit of like stuff to make it flavourful here. So I've got some Chinese 5-spice pepper, garlic pepper, bit of cumin, salt and some thyme. Now you can put anything in it really, just sort of some nice spices to give it a bit of a flavour. It's going to be a bit of a Chinese flavour, but I just found some cumin and I put that in. So I mix that up first. Now you could fry this first, then put the spices on, or just roll it in here. So put that on here so it keeps it a little bit. There's quite a lot of spice there, but you can put more in if you like it more spicy. So I'm going to try and get all this incorporated to it, or most of it, because I've got another lid over here. When I take all the crackling off, the rind off, there's a little bit left. So as you can see, coated it in that, and that just goes over in the frying pan here, which I'm going to bring over to you in a minute. So I've got a frying pan with a tiny bit of oil in, on high now. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to show you that in a minute once I've chopped up the stuff. So it's reasonably hot in there. I can hear it from here, you might not be able to hear it. So get the last little bit. Yeah. I can use this maybe for the crackling later. Maybe I'll put it on a bit of paper. Or I could freeze it. If it's not being frozen, you could freeze it and just use it another time when you've got something in the oven. So that's a good time to put it in when you've got something in the oven. We'll probably have roast potatoes with it. So I'm just washing my hands. So I'm moving that out of the way for a minute. Washing my hands. I've already, that's right, So then I'm going to come back to here. So this is some more stuff to flavour it. So let me skim that in more of this just to show you. So I've got a little bit of rosemary and garlic out the garden. That's the only herbs I've got. So fresh herbs would be good. Any fresh herbs, coriander, parsley, thyme. Sage could go well with pork, obviously. You get like sage and onion stuffing. You don't have to chop this up too small. I've got one chilli. I'm debating whether to put it in. One chilli don't sound a lot, but my son doesn't like stuff too hot, so I have to be a bit careful. So I'll just put the one in. I think that'll be okay. Hopefully it won't be too hot for him. I'm also putting in some mustard, ginger. Ginger makes it a little bit spicy. So with the garlic, as you see, I've just crushed it, and you can just pull the outside off. That makes it easier, rather than just trying to peel them like an onion. This is just fall straight off. You can. I don't normally use the garlic crusher. You can probably hear the pork. I'm going to turn it over halfway through in a minute. And I'll leave it for another minute. By the time I've chopped up the garlic, I'm going to turn it over and come and show you. I'll bring the camera over there. Okay, let's put the, now you can feel this. This is ginger. You don't have to put this in, by the way. My wife's not keen on this, so I don't want me putting too much of this in. Then you can split it with this, just set up with it, or you can grate it if you like, or you got a lot of it, put it in a food processor. I'm going to stop some of this up. I can smell it, so I think I need to move it around in a minute. Yeah, so we're chopping this up. That's one way, spin it round a bit. But we're going to cook for about 5 hours. So most of the flavour of the ginger will come out into the juice. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you the pork. There's the pork in here, as you can see it's in here. So I'm going to put some over with a fork or whatever you can turn it over with. You hear a bit of colour there. When it fills in the juices, you don't have to do this. You could just put the pork straight in the slow cooker. But then it gets a bit of a caramelised type flavour, as you see the Maillard reaction. And it gives it a bit of more flavour, like a caramelised flavour, and the spices get a bit fried as well, they taste a bit stronger then. So, back to the chopping up, while it's still cooking. But you don't have to seal it first, and it also seals in the juices. But a lot of people, I know loads of people with slow cookers just chuck it straight in. So normally just cut the little brown bits off the ends here. I'll chop them up. Yeah. Oh, and so to flavour it as well, the main thing I'm putting in it is barbecue sauce. So you could just get a cheap bottle of barbecue sauce and just pour it over the pork and put it in. And these barbecue sauces, they are going from a place in Gosport PJs, 6 bottles per pound. They're going out of date, so it's behind the range, dirt cheap, real good, still going to be okay. I mean, it's still doing its thing, should be fine. Just going to do the pork a quick wiggle. Yeah, move it around a bit more. Yeah, turn it down to low, then you can get burning. Onion, I'm going to put 1 onion in it. Just give it a bit, makes it a little bit healthier and give it a bit of flavour. That's going to go in it as well. So this is all going to go in my slow cooker. I'm going to just stuck it all in the pan and then just stuck it in the slow cooker. It might be easier to stir in the big wok type pan. Just stop this up. A little bit of apple juice I've got today. Bit of apple juice. Yeah, bit of mustard. Oh, the powdered mustard would be good. So I haven't got that. So I'm just going to bring this over to show you. On my slow cookers here. So there's about 4 hours in there. Do it a little bit, maybe longer. But it's only 9:10 now. We normally have up here 4:30. So it won't be cooked before we need it probably. Or I might even eat it earlier. That can go in. So we've got some barbecue sauce. I put a little bit of water in the bottle to get it all out. Yeah. A little bit of apple juice. Or about half a cup of apple juice. You don't need a lot of liquid in a slow cooker. So it won't look a lot of liquid, but loads of liquid come out of it. So in a slow cooker, that's one of those things people make a mistake of. I'm going to put a big spoon of this in. I like the whole grain mustard. But you can put in anything you like. So give this a stir around. I've got a couple of forks. Just give it a stir around so it gets like evenly. You know, once this comes to the boil, put it back up high. It won't even take so long. I've bought this, well, sealed it as well, and bringing this to the boil won't even take so long. So this could be. But normally, sometimes it says put it in 6 or 7 hours. It's quite a big joint, but I've taken the rind off, and this bit's fallen off now, so it won't take quite so long. This bit won't take so long. Maybe I'll take that bit out, and maybe I'll take some of it out. But this you'll be able to see. I'll just be able to pull this apart with 2 forks later. As you can see, I'm not going to bring it to the boil. Normally I bring that to the boil if I was in a bit of a rush. But as you can see, loads of different flavour type stuff in there. Depends on what you've got in your cupboard. Like I said, cumin wouldn't normally go in there. I just tip it in the slow cooker. Just dip it in there nice and gently with one hand. Just be careful doing that. And that's it. So I'm going to leave that for about, and we're probably not going to show you it till we're serving up. So that's going to be a fair while. Thank you. So we're back with the pulled pork. It's been in there. It's definitely cooked. I've tested it. So we're just going to take the small piece out first. The big bit I might be after taking out with a fork and a spoon. Now if you can see, it's amazing how much liquid's in here. If you can look in here, loads and loads of liquid in there. I reckon that's half pint. I reckon there's about 2.5, 3 pints of liquid in there, even though I hardly put any liquid in there. It's amazing. So maybe next time I'll try it. But this here, it's a bit runny. I'm just thickening that up with some corn flour, some gravy granules or something. That barbecue sauce is quite spicy. My son's going to find it a bit spicy. I might have to mellow it down for him a bit, the actual sauce. I'm just going to show you how tender it is. So with a fork here, so normally I put it on a chopping board and just carve it. But as you can see, it just falls straight apart. Look, just falls straight apart, real easy, yeah. And you can like pull it apart with sort of 2 forks. So probably let it cool down a bit before I do that actually. But as you can see, just pull it straight apart. Even the big one will pull apart as well. And just pull it straight apart. Yeah, I did turn it down quite low most of the day. So that's it. Thank you.